Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one. It's jam-packed with some easy and healthy toddler meals that your entire family is sure to love. So I know the term healthy can mean different things to different people, but for the purposes of this video, healthy is just going to mean filled with veggies. It's a personal goal of mine to get my kids to eat as many fruits and veggies throughout the day as I possibly can. So I've come up with a couple of different techniques for doing that, and I'm going to talk about both of those things a little later on in the video, but for now just know that there will be multiple ways that you can incorporate veggies into these toddler meals. So enough rambling on my part, let's hop right into these 5 easy and healthy toddler meals. So the first recipe on our list is homemade chicken nuggets. Healthy chicken nuggets, they have only 5 ingredients, no additive, nothing like what you'll find in the frozen section of the grocery store or at a restaurant. These are actually good for you, but they taste just like those pre-made ones and they can fool any kid. They'll keep coming back for more. To make them, you're gonna start with a sweet potato, and you need to cook that sweet potato some way to make it really soft. So bake it, boil it, steam it, whatever you wanna do. And if you have a child that is averse to different colors, then maybe stick with a white sweet potato because it will be completely imperceptible in this recipe. And then the next step is to take that cooked sweet potato and you're gonna mix it with ground chicken. Now I tried for years to make chicken nuggets at home that would fool my kids, that would be healthy, and I was always using chicken breast or chicken tenders and I could never get the texture right. Well, recently I learned that's because you need to use ground chicken. So you take the ground chicken and you mix it with the sweet potato until you get a good blend going on, and then you're gonna season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of onion powder. Then you're gonna take that final mix and you're gonna roll it into a little golf ball. Finally, you're gonna take your golf ball of chicken nugget mixture and you're gonna roll it through your breading of choice. And then you're gonna sort of pat the little meatballs that you've made and just push them between your hands and they're gonna turn into a perfect chicken nugget shape. You're gonna put those on a pan, pop them in the oven, and they're gonna come out just like any other chicken nuggets you would get from the store or from a restaurant, but they only have 5 ingredients and all of those ingredients are good for you. So win, win, win. Next up on our list is a household favorite here, and it has not 1, not 2, but 3 produce items in it. These are protein, chocolate, veggie muffins. You get the point, that's what it is. And to make these, you're gonna use a blender. The blender is gonna be your friend because it's gonna mix all these veggies up and make them completely imperceptible in the final product. Now, what you're gonna use as your base is peanut butter, or if you're nut free, you can use some sun butter. You're gonna toss that in your blender. You're gonna add in a very ripe banana, and then you're gonna add a cup of zucchini. Now, zucchini has a lot of great nutrients, a lot of great fiber, but the flavor is very mild, so it blends easily into these muffins and you never know what's there. Next up, you're gonna add a handful of spinach. Then you're gonna toss in some eggs, a tiny bit of honey, some cocoa powder, vanilla, and then some flax seeds. Finally, toss in some baking powder, and then you're gonna blend all of this up until it's perfectly smooth, and you're gonna pour it into a muffin tin. Finally, you're gonna add the secret ingredient, the thing that's really gonna draw your kids into these veggie muffins, and it's chocolate chips. Now we buy these Enjoy Life chocolate chips because they are allergen free and they have a very few amount of ingredients in them, but really any kind of chocolate chips work. And you're only gonna put a few on top of each of these muffins, so it's not really going to impact the nutrition facts very much. Pop these in the oven just like that. They come out as these beautiful chocolate muffins, and I can tell you my kids stand in line waiting for them to come out of the oven. We barely have time for them to cool and the pan is wiped out. So definitely a big winner in our house, and I bet you'll like them too. Third on the list is a meal that I have been making a lot lately because it is so quick and easy and we have been so busy this summer already. So these are homemade pizza rolls, and to make them all you need is a pizza dough. It can be a store-bought pizza dough, gluten-free pizza dough, homemade pizza dough, doesn't matter, you just need a pizza dough. Then you're gonna roll that out into a large rectangular shape and make it about a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch thick. Try to get it pretty thin. Then you're gonna take some spinach and you're gonna chop it up really finely. And the more you chop it, the better, because kids tend to do better with vegetables if they are in smaller pieces. And if it's your child's first time having spinach, maybe put just a little bit across that dough to start and then increase the amount over time as they get used to it. But really, there's not going to be much flavor from the spinach, and the way that these cook, you can't really see it either. So it's a really good hidden green veggie. So sprinkle your spinach across, cover that with marinara sauce, sprinkle some cheese across that, and then if you're really feeling a lot of boom, you're ready to add more veggies, you can steam some cauliflower and crumble that with your cheese as well. It adds a good nutritional punch. Finally, you're gonna roll that pizza up into like a big pizza log, and then you're gonna cut it into about 12 slices, 11 or 12 slices. You're gonna put each one of these individual slices into a muffin tin, pop it into the oven, and 20 minutes later you have homemade pizza rolls. They taste so good, and it's so simple, like 5 minutes of prep and 20 minutes in the oven, and you're completely done, and it's just so yummy. Next up on our list are these easy chicken meatballs, and to make them, you're gonna do the same thing as you did with the chicken nuggets. You're gonna cook a sweet potato ahead of time, and then you're gonna mix that sweet potato with chicken sausage. Now I get the 365 brand because I know that it's nitrate free. You mix that with your sweet potato, and then you add in a little onion powder. The original recipe for this calls for some cheese, which you can toss in as well. Roll it up into a golf ball, pop it in the oven. It comes out like these yummy, delicious meatballs that take about 5 minutes to make, as long as your sweet potato is cooked. So fast, so easy, and you have some veggies in there as well. Our final recipe for the video today is homemade veggie sushi. And I know if you've never made sushi at home before, the thought of doing it yourself can be a little bit intimidating, but I can tell you, making sushi at home, not as hard as it sounds. You will need a sushi roller to do this, which looks something like this, like a little bamboo mat. I got ours off of Amazon. It was very inexpensive. I bought it over a year ago and it's still holding strong, so I'll link that down below if it's something that you need. To make the sushi, it's actually pretty simple. You just need to start with some sushi rice, and if you're in the grocery store, sushi rice is what it's called. You just need to follow the directions on the back of the package. You're gonna use a little bit less water than you typically would for cooking like regular rice. You're gonna rinse the rice first, add the water and the rice to a pan, cook it as instructed, and then when it's almost done, you're gonna toss in some rice wine vinegar, some sugar, and a little bit of salt, and you're gonna set that aside to let it cool. When it's almost to room temperature, you're ready to make your sushi. To make the sushi, lay out your bamboo mat, put your sushi nori on top of that, and then spread the rice across it in an even layer. Now you're ready to add your toppings to your sushi, or your filling, I guess it's gonna be. So my daughter, one of her favorites is just a cucumber roll. So I'll julienne some cucumbers, really small pieces, and put them in there, roll it up like a burrito, give it a few squeezes, and then slice the sushi slices from that, and it comes out perfect every time. So good, so fun, especially if you're packing like a lunch to go. It's delicious, and it's a great vehicle for veggies for your kids. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some great ideas, some things that you hadn't thought about before, and some easy, fun meals that you can make for your family. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with other parents in your lives, and I will see you in the next one. Adios, everybody.